Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clank Soka. Welcome to another My Thoughts On, and today I'll be doing a My Thoughts on the Oscar-winning film Green Book. This has won 3 Oscars, one for Best Original Screenplay, one for Best Supporting Actor, which is Mahala Ali. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. If not, then I'm sorry. And for Best Picture, which is probably the most controversial one, obviously. And I didn't get a chance to see this in cinemas because I didn't have time. But since there isn't a lot of films coming out this month, I thought I'll give it a watch and put it on my list for the 2019 films. Yes, I know it got released last year. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah. Most Oscar films get released in November, December, but for us it's like January, February time, which is a bit weird, but doesn't matter. It's 2019 anyways, so you know. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to do Can You Ever Forgive Me, which will be the next Oscar nominated film I'm going to do. So it's about this guy named Tony, played by Viggo Mortensen, who has to drive this piano player named Don Shirley, or Dr. Shirley, played by the Oscar-winning actor Mahala Ali. He has to take him from concert to concert, and he's his driver. He has to look after him and protect him. They both start to grow a friendship with each other, and there is some predator. This movie has racism. Let's put it that way, and it's pretty obvious where it's going from there. There are places he can't go in because of, I won't say it because it's racist and all that, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I saw the trailer for the film when I saw First Man, directed by Damien Chazelle. Um, I thought it just looks like exactly what it looks like, an Oscar film that's begging to win, like an Oscar bait film as they would call it. That's not a bad thing. It looked fairly funny and well acted, I suppose, and yeah, I was right. This movie is quite funny and well acted, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a bit. So, what's the plot like? It's not badly executed, even though it's pretty simple. It's a really interesting journey, and you can see how it all is in the 1960. I don't know when this film took place. Whoops. But you could tell that it was a lot different than it is today, where black people and all that can walk into restaurants and sleep there. But here it's a little bit different, and so sorry about that. Someone was just calling me. But you know what I mean. The comedy in the movie I didn't think would be particularly good, but I found it surprisingly just kind of funny, thanks to Tony. Is it Tony Lips? I think it's Tony Lips, isn't it? Yeah. But Tony Lips is a comedy which is very funny, and it's a very, very interesting journey, and it helps too. And I'll talk about the chemistry and all that later, but there's not much else to talk about the plot. It's very well executed, and it creates the time this whole story would have taken place, and it has a good feel to it, which is also very good as well. Feels like you're in this world with them as well, which is always nice. And there are a few things I didn't expect from the film, which is nice. I like surprises, but not a lot. Do I have any problems? Some of the sequence of events can be a little dragging, to say the least, but not by much. And there are some things that can get you a bit angry with its whole discrimination and prejudice and all that. But that can depend on it depends on who's watching, I guess, in a way. I know this is not really personally my kind of film, but I understood it enough with its commentary and its message. It all flows nicely, and it does it very well to, at least speak out to someone in the audience. Nothing special, nothing amazing, but the plot and its execution does its job just fine and just right. Visuals. I gotta say, it's not a bad looking movie. It's well shot, it's nice looking. Like I said, whatever year this movie's set in, it definitely captures the look and feel of it. It's a very good looking movie. Not the best looking, but I'm just gonna say it is a very, very good looking movie. It's very well shot, like I said. Cinematography is pretty decent. It's well shot. It's got good editing to it. The costumes and all that look fancy. Obviously, some of the locations they go to looks nice. It's very colourful. It doesn't look unpleasant at times, although it can look a bit very basic and average looking. But at the same time, it doesn't make it boring looking, which is good. What else? No CGI involved in here, I don't think. I mean, obviously, because Tony punches a couple of guys, but besides that, not really. I mean, if you were to tell me which films were like better looking than this one I'd say, in terms of like cameras and editing and how they use cameras, it's better than The Favorite, because The Favorite had like GoPros and all that, which was pretty distracting. Here, this just feels like a movie, which is nice. Obviously, not a brilliant looking film, but it is a nicely well shot and pretty looking movie, and it's definitely fits in the time frame, or when this film or the story. Sorry, it looks good for what it's trying to present to us, but it's just not a perfect looking movie. Good effort, but not my style, obviously. Characters and acting. Our two main characters are Tony Lips and Don Shirley. You got one who is a wisecracker who talks like he's from the Bronx, like Boston, and they talk like this, yeah. What you gonna do around here? Like that. Smoke a lot, likes money, has a family, yeah, sort of like a mobster, but not really. And the other one is the straight man, the one who doesn't take everything seriously, but for the most part he does. He's very proper, and he uses a lot of words, and he talks straight, head high, chest front, back straight, basically. So Tony is probably the best thing about the entire movie, even if the movie itself is great. He's very likable. At times he can be kind of a douche. Very, very funny. I think most of the comedy with him, and especially with Don Shirley as well, is top notch. It's surprisingly funny. Don Shirley started off as a bit bland, as just the one who's just, he's always like he's his boss, and he doesn't take anything seriously. Sorry, what? Sorry, I meant he takes most of it seriously. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But he's a straight man. He doesn't take. He takes a lot of things seriously, and he's also a piano player as well. He started off as a bit bland and not very interesting, but as he started to bond a friendship with Tony, it starts to get a bit better, and I start to like them too even more. And their chemistry together is excellent, even at times if it's very mean-spirited, funny, or just boring. No offense, it's good most of the time. Other characters in the film, which include Michael and this other guy, these two are like part of Don Shirley's duo. They're part of not really a band, but just a duo. There's the wife, played by the actress who played Velma from the Scooby-Doo movies, and Wendy from Gravity Falls. I forgot her name. And there's got the children and the relatives and some other characters, but they don't play much of a big role, a key role, I should say. I think they play the family and Tony's wife. They play a key role, but not a big role, because them two, they have the bigger role. The acting in the movie is fantastic. Viggo Mortensen is great, and he does a great Bronx accent. He talks from the side of the mouth, like they all do. Slightly stereotypical, but for the most part, he was super enjoyable and super funny, and I think his chemistry and his timing is great. Mahala Ali, who funnily enough was Aaron Davis from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so he was in 2 films in 1 year. Technically 1, since this came out in 2019. Again, his character's bland. His performance started off as just, was alright, but then as the film would go on, he started to get better. He was funny, likeable, he was quite charming also. I'll put that there, but now and again he can be a bit, especially in one scene, which I won't give away, that involves him breaking out, arguing with Tony, and what he does is like, wow, I mean, I did not see that coming. I mean, I knew about the whole point of the film and its commentary, but wow, he is actually very damn good, and I'm glad he actually won. I wouldn't mind if he got nominated, but damn, he is pretty damn good here. I won't lie. That's what I've got to say, really. I mean, what else can I say? Great performances and some 2 very likable and very charming characters, and also got good comedy with them. Makes them more believable than you can ever think. And these 2 actors, they bring them to life. Look, I don't know much about the story, but for what we got a pretty great movie. Personally, not an Oscar-winning Best Picture film. I know a lot of people are kind of mad about that. Honestly, I think The Favourite is a better movie than this, but I think at the same time, this movie is definitely far from bad, and it's definitely a really, really enjoyable, really appreciative, a film that you can appreciate and you can enjoy all the way through. It's funny, it has charm, it has a good story, it's a decently well shot movie, it's very nice looking, the acting is phenomenal, and it has 2 very likeable leads. What else do you need? I don't know if this is still in cinemas, but if it is, go and see it. If it's coming out on DVD soon, buy it and all that shadazzle. I will give this a 9.1 out of 10. Not a perfect movie, but I personally quite liked it. So next up, I'm going to try and do Can You Ever Forgive Me with Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant. Yes, he is back once again. Ooh. So if you have seen Green Book, let me know what you think below. I am interested and curious, obviously. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Until next time, bye for now.